this. He says, okay, go sing bass. I'm 13 years old.
Wow.
13 and a half.
Yes.
So anyway, so because he didn't have any bass, he only had George Freemus, who was a wonderful bass, by the way, and Jim DeMarcus standing next to him. A year later, we're short on tenors. There weren't too many. There was the Savas, the three, Jim's three sisters, his brother-in-law, himself obviously.
Right.
There was Christine Sikas. I'm trying to think. It was Savas family that
Right.
formed the core of the choir. We didn't have that many voices. So a year later, there was an individual and his father and son who were going to the church that was up on Glen Road there. And they realized there was a church there, so they came one Sunday, heard the choir, and they wanted to join the choir. They didn't know not one Greek word, not even a Greek letter. But they took the phonetics, and honestly, God, they both sang
That's a
tenor.
great
It
story.
was
Oh,
wonderful.
Good for
And they
you.
were there for a couple of years, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
And then you came, what year did we come here? To this?
72?
Yes, 72, yes,
72.
correct, yes. And the priest continues to be Gallows.
Yeah, correct.
Yes, yes.
And then Gallows left when?
76.
76. And then Manicus came.
Correct.
Right.
Right. And so, Helen, I presume you were a member of the
The
Philoptochos, and at the time you
Well,
used to be auxiliary.
In the beginning, we didn't have a Philoptochos.
Yes.
We had the ladies.
Auxiliary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Auxiliary.
And who was the president of those? Do you remember?
Of the ladies auxiliary?
Yes.
The first president was,
I think Diane gave me some names, yeah.
yeah, no. I forget.
Okay.
Oh, it was
Do you
something.
remember Mrs. Patterson?
Jenny
Evgenia?
Patterson?
Yes.
Jenny Patterson was my kupara.
Yes.
Yeah.
So apparently she was, after it became a Philoptochos, she was the first Philoptochos president.
I don't remember that.
Well,
We have a
somehow.
list of all the women.
Yeah, I'll check. Her son said that to our secretary, so I'm going to try to confirm that. If she indeed was, then
I have a list
I need to
at
speak
home.
with her. Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay, maybe you can remember to tell me somehow that if you have a list. But Diane Trine was very good in keeping records of the first couple years. So, what were some of the issues that you were involved? Whom were you helping as an auxiliary? What were your plans?
Well, it's like Philoptochos was just to, to help the poor.
Yes,
So we kept our donations very low. I mean, we didn't have
A large budget.
yeah,
Yes,
not
okay,
a large
yeah.
budget. In fact, we never set a premium. We didn't say, oh, in order to join, you have to pay this much, $25 or $100.
Right.
It wasn't. It was whatever you could afford,
right.
what you thought you could afford. And it worked out very nicely.
And whom were you helping then? Were people in the community or local, parishioners?
Some parishioners,
Yes.
but we didn't have very many poor parishioners. I mean, not that I mean,
No, I understand.
but it's the truth.
Yes.
We had the upper,
Yes,
okay, and they didn't need too much help. It was their friends who would need help, or if we heard of an organization that needed money, or a hospital or a charity, we
Right.
donated to that. And of course, we donated to the diocese and the archdiocese. That was standard. We had to pay that. So that's
what do you think, Helen and Peter and John, what do you think made this parish special?
the people.
Yeah. The
The
willingness
people.
to do it. The willingness.
This do, yeah.
Without
Yeah,
the
the willingness.
people,
They
it
wanted
would-
it to succeed. If you want something to
Succeed.
succeed, it's like almost any other organization. It starts as an organism, and then
We were-
the people
Yes.
put a
We
great
were
deal
the
of effort.
first church that I know of to have a coffee hour after our liturgy.
I heard that,
The
yes.
first one.
Yes,
And I remember we started that even before. At one of the meetings, we borrowed a big coffee pot from, I don't know who,
yes.
I don't remember the person who, it was, probably, not Strunaris, but what was her name?
The discus.
The discus. So we borrowed a big coffee pot, and Helen Magris, Kay Markin, whom you have not met yet, and I decided, well, we would serve the coffee because the meetings it was so cold. There was no heat in that church at all.
Really?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, we'd sit there and we would want to wear mittens on our feet. It was so cold. Anyway, and by husband brought the pastry, made all the pastry. So we served coffee and pastry, and everybody thought it was such a wonderful, this was at a meeting, and everybody thought it was such a wonderful idea. We decided to do this after every service, after every, And in this way, we would nominate one person to be like the welcomer.
Right.
Who, if you see a stranger, go over, talk to him, welcome them to our church, ask them if they'd like to be members.
That was
And-
their marketing strategy.
Yeah.
If
Very
you see a
straightforward,
stranger,
absolutely.
welcome them in
Yes.
and get new members.
Yeah.
Anyone who had deep pockets and wanted to
Yeah.
contribute money to the church.
I remember one day we went shopping with my husband. We were looking for a lamp for our living room. And we walked into this store in Brookline. And my husband saw a couple. And he says, those people are Greek.
Greek, yes.
You heard that story?
No,
too?
but did you approach them?
Oh, my husband was the first one he ran over. He says, can I ask you a question? So I said, yes, of course. He said, are you Greek? And he said, yes. He says, talk to me in Greek.
Yeah. Great.
So he said, well, I just wanted to tell you, I don't know if you've heard about our new church. And at the time, they were going to Watertown.
Ah.
So she said, well, she wasn't too happy. She said, well, Watertown needs the people too. So Chris says, Watertown is a very big parish and always will be. Ours is a tiny parish, and we need people to support it, to join. We're all friends there.
Yes.
And I think that sort of struck a note, because the following Sunday, we went out for coffee, and we saw these people walk in. And I poked Chris. I said, Chris, those are the people you met. So he ran to them.
Oh, what
He was a
great.
wonderful ambassador.
He was a good
was.
ambassador, he was.
He
Yeah.
was. He
To
was.
to the end, he would ask you, where do you go to church?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Where do you go to church?
Uh,
We have a lovely church, St. Demetrius. He
In
did
my
that to the end.
research for this project, I found that when we proposed to be established, several churches here objected.
Oh,
Especially the cathedral,
The
from what I
cathedral.
remember.
And there is evidence in the minutes of the St. John's Church, where St. John submitted an objection.
To those days.
And I'm not going to include that in my.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
saying that some churches objected, but I'm not going to
The
name.
Archdiocese wasn't happy about it either,
Well, but I
because
heard.
there was conflict. They created
Oh
conflict.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
they,
But in the end, I understand from Gavris that the Archbishop was very much in favor of new churches,
Sure.
young people, professional people, and he was a great, in the end, a great supporter. But yes, so okay, what advice do you have for the families that are now thinking about joining this church? Since you've been in there through the beginning, Helen.
don't be afraid to mingle. If you see someone, even if you don't know them, just go up and say, hi, my name is
Yes.
Joe.
Yeah.
And get to know the people. This is how it'll
And
get
come
together.
to
and
church with your
together.
children.
Yes.
Bring your
Come
children
bring
to
your
church.
children.
Yes.
Don't drop your children. Bring
And
your children. Because it's a wonderful family.
I agree. Again, we've
We
been here
worked
20
hard
years.
at the beginning because we didn't have a priest. And Sunday morning, my husband, and I don't remember
George
who,
Mathers, I think. Was that George?
no, I think it was Arthur Jokas.
Oh, Arthur Jokas. Yeah,
Arthur
that's right. That's
Jokas
right.
would get up bright and early in the morning, drive to the airport to pick up a priest from wherever he was coming
Really?
and bring him to church.
Yeah, for a
What a
short
great
period of time.
And
Yes.
so-
Well, I want to thank you for taking the time
You're welcome.
to speak with me, and happy Mother's Day.
Thank you very much.
All right.
It was
Thank you,
nice
Maddie.
meeting you.
Appreciate it.